Hello Hugo. Welcome back to Tropper 6. Have you been watching Xpeng G6 Owner's Diaries too much? Never too much of those wonderful videos created by Hugo, right?
So what you just heard, it's an X combo. It's a very simple and ridiculous X combo that I've created, but it's just to show you that today we are going to talk about X combos. We are going to go in detail on what we can do with them, what they are, what we can do with them, how to create, share, modify, add and activate and deactivate X combos, and what are the possibilities that we have with this powerful tool. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hugo Souza, I'm in Portugal, and this is the Xpeng G6 Diaries. So the first question is, what is an X combo? So this is just a tool that can be used to automate or customize your ride and your experience with your car. You can use or define a set of triggers and conditions that then will automate or execute automatically a bunch of actions in your car. So the next question is, do I need to use X combos? No. You don't need to use X combos at all. You can stay with your car for 10 years, never opening the app at all. So why would I use X combos? Well, if you just consider that you may want to have some actions executed in your car automatically without you need to press any button, or even if you consider that I am going to wash my car, I would like to have a bunch of actions executed before washing the car, then you may consider X combos to automate all these actions in the car without you even doing anything. Finally, where can I find the XCombo app? Well, there are two places where you can find it. You have XCombo app in the car and you have it on the Xpeng app. There are differences on using them. So you on the car, you can just activate, deactivate, search, add to your combos, see some recommended, etc. But you cannot edit the combos inside the car. I will show you that. And then you have the Xpeng app that you can do everything that you can do in the car, but you can edit and create new X combos over there. So let's go first for the car, and I will show you where you can find the XCombo app and what you can do with that. So to access the X combos in the car, you can go to the app drawer. You can just search for the XCombo icon, that it's this one. Okay, you just need to click it and you will come to this screen. Here you can see some recommended X combos. So these are just some recommendations from Xpeng. You can just enter in any of them and just read what they do. Okay, so you just enter, you have a small description, so the name of the combo, a small description. You have also the triggers, so when any of these conditions are met, then it will run these actions in the car. And you can also see the combo code and the amount of users that already added this combo to their cars. And then you can also add that combo to your car. Okay, so you have some recommended ones. You have then your combos. So the combos that you have added to your car are in this place. So here you can activate or deactivate. Okay, so you can just clicking here, it will deactivate this combo, and clicking again, it will activate. So it will not remove the combo from your combos. Okay, it will just turn it off, so it will not run automatically. And finally, you have the search option, and here you just need to write something to search for a combo, for instance. So if you don't have the combo code, you can just search for a name. Let's go for wash, for instance, and do a search, and it will return the combos that are on the database of Xpeng. But just a note that you cannot edit in the car. Okay, the editing is always on the phone. So let me show you. If I click here, I can delete, but if I get inside and then click on these three dots, it will have these three options. So modify, disable, or delete. If I do modify, it will tell me the combo code, a QR code that you can read using your mobile, and you can then add it in the app. So now that we saw already what we can do in the car itself, let's jump into the app and see what we can do inside the app. So I have here the app opened in my computer, and I will show you then inside the app what we can see, what you can do with the XCOMBOS section. So let's jump into it. So first in the app, and as you can see, we are in the main screen of the Xpeng app. In the bottom part of the main screen, you have the XCombo section. You can see that the first four icons here are already my some of my XCombos. Let's go inside the XCombo. And here inside, you will have exactly the same information that you had in the car. So basically, you have the recommended combos from Xpeng. You have also the category for your own combos, so the combos that you have already added to your car, and you have the possibility to search for combos or by a combo code or by a name. So it's exactly the same functionality. So the base features are exactly the same between the car and the app. The only difference is that on the app, you can in fact modify or create a new combo. So as I explained here, you can add, but in the car, if you do edit, you will not have this possibility. It will open, as I shown before, it will open a way so that you scan that combo with your mobile, and then you can do it on your mobile as we are seeing now. So you can edit, and also you have here the possibility to create a new combo. Okay, we are going into detail a little bit later on this. The last thing that I want to show you guys on these main basic functionalities of the Xpeng app is how to share a combo between users. So if you have someone saying that they have an X combo, or if you have created your own X combo that you feel that it's a nice one and you belong to a community, you can go to your combos. For instance, you can go to any combo that you have, and then there are several ways to share that combo. You can of course just send this number to a person. Okay, it's the combo code is a unique number for the combo, and then you can also click on these three dots here, and here you have more options to disable the combo or to delete it or to share. And for sharing, you can create a poster, and a poster is just an image that you can save on your mobile, for instance, and then share in communities, send by email, send by WhatsApp, whatever you want to do. And this has the description, the conditions, triggers, and actions that will be executed, as also the combo code and a QR code that can be used also by anyone that will look at this and then use it for themselves. Okay, so you can just share this with anyone. And also, of course, you can use just a copy link. So it will generate a link that you can then send to anyone, and then use also more, as usually it's a feature normal of a phone that you can then share via WhatsApp or any other apps that you have inside your mobile phone. So this is how you can share a combo for other users. And of course, you can then add combos that were shared with you by just typing the combo code. For instance, it's the easiest way to do it. You can just go to the search. Let's just find here something so that it's easier for you to see. So for instance, this one that it's not in my combos yet, it has a code that it's 60820002. So let's go here. If we search for 60820002 and we press enter, it will give us this combo that we have received. So if someone gives you a code, you can just search in the app or even in the car for this combo, and then just press the add button if you don't want to modify. If you want to modify before adding to your own combos, you need to enter in that and click on edit. How to modify or edit a combo? As simple as you saw before, you just need to go to one combo and just click modify. It will show you first the conditions and then the commands that you want to use. So I will not do many things here now because you will see these in detail when we create a combo, okay? But I will just show you this. So if you want to change here, for instance, this condition here, you see that this part of the information is in green color. If you click it, it will open so that you can change it, the condition here. The same thing here, driver occupied, unoccupied, done. Then, of course, you can add a new condition, but I will give you these details when we are creating a new combo. Also, for the run, we can do a different run, so a different action. So in this case, I was turning the headlights off, but I can just click it and say another thing. Okay, these are the options that are already available, and of course you can only use those. So we have changed this combo, and then we just need to next and save it as a new combo. So this is how to edit a combo. Let's now jump to creation of a combo and what are the options available for that. So to start creating your own combos, you just need to press here the plus icon. And then in this first menu, you need to create an add condition. And then this is the first selection that you need to do. So the first option is trigger from inside the car. This means that the combo will be executed and the conditions will be checked while the car is powered on. So the car needs to be on already to make the checking of the conditions and then the execution of the actions. If you want it to be done remotely, this means that the car is locked and turned off, you need to select this second option. Why we have two options? Because there are some conditions that can only be used when the car is on, and there are some conditions that can be used only when the car is off. Okay, so I will go and I will show you the conditions, the different conditions that exist. So let's start from the first one. So here in the first one, we are presenting then with the conditions that are possible to activate in the car. So we have a bunch of them, so several conditions here that you can see. I will not go through all of them because it will take a long time in the video, but I will go just through them very quickly. So you have tap to trigger. So these are actions, for instance, that will run only when you press a run button. So these are particularly important for XCOMBOS that will not be triggered by an event. So for instance, wash mode, that it's when you are going to clean your car, you can just click on a button and then several actions are executed. So you can use these as a condition. Okay, then you can also activate based on time, and you have here a schedule so that you can define if, for instance, you only want this to happen on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock in the morning. Then you have also activations based on enter or exit of the vehicle. You can use them also for the door, then child safety lock, then headlights, so fog lights, turn signals, hazard lights, then seat belt also, so driver habit switch, passenger seat memory switch, or seat belt. For instance, seat belt is fastened, it can activate trigger and a condition. Driving, so if you reach a speed, if you change the gear to something else. Vehicle control, so wiper if it starts, if it is low, fast, high, or whatever. Side mirror also, if there is a Bluetooth connection. Wired projection, so for instance in this one, let me give you just a quick example. If you connect a wired device to your car, you can see the video of that when I connected a Xiaomi TV stick to my car. You can then, for instance, turn on the hotspot of the car, so to provide internet to the device that you are connecting to the car. So you can use this one as a trigger. Also charging and range, so charging cable, plug and unplug, charging status, remaining range reach, charging range reach, estimated remaining charging time, sentry mode. You have environment also conditions, so interior temperature reached, interior air quality, exterior temperature reached, ambient lighting. Okay, so these are several conditions that you can use only one or together in and or conditions, so that you can then trigger actions. Let me explain then what is these and or conditions. So you have here the add condition. Let me go just again this, and let's do, for instance, enter a vehicle. So the driver enters in the vehicle, and then I will put another condition that for instance, the seat belt of the driver is fastened. Okay, so you could say that what I am saying to the car is that when a driver enters in the car and the driver fastened his seatbelt, then an action can be executed. But that is incorrect. Okay? And this is very important. What this does, what I did here was two conditions And as you can see here on this phrase here on the top, as is when any of the conditions below is met. So this means that the car would not wait for the driver to fasten his seatbelt, because immediately as soon as I enter in the car, it will execute, because this condition 1 is true. And I just need one condition to validate this XCOMBO. Okay? So if you want to have multiple conditions, but only one needs to be true, this is how you create your combo. But if you want that more than one condition is met, so a couple of them are met, so before running, you need to do it in a different way, and this is just here. So you have to create here another one, and you put the same thing, but then only one of the conditions is met, and the condition itself, it's considering two triggers together. So only when driver enters the vehicle and the status of the seat belt is fastened on the driver, then it is true, this condition. Okay, so this is very important when you are designing your combos. You need to make sure that you understand how the conditions are created, because this is when the trigger of the actions will then be executed. If you don't have these well thought and considering all the possibilities, you may have an action being executed before you want it, or in a situation that you were not considering, because you have this wrongly created. Okay, I hope it was clear. So you have two options, and it's like this, or is creating different conditions, and then just one needs to be true. Finally, let's talk about the other type of conditions that we have here. So when we had the condition, remember this screen, we can now go to create trigger remotely. So again, this is when the car is off, power off and locked. These are the conditions that we can use. If we do next, you will see that the number of conditions are much lesser, and we have also the tap to trigger. Okay, we have the time also, it's the same, and then we have vehicle locked and power off. This one, for instance, is what I use for the auto sentry mode. So every time I lock and power off the car, it will turn on sentry mode. Then we have charging and range. So charging range reached, estimated remaining charging time, and then sentry mode is triggered. So this is not activating the sentry mode, is when the sentry mode is triggered, what we want to. So now that we have set the conditions that we need to trigger the XCOMBO, now we need to define what actions we want to be performed automatically. And again, we can have only one action, or we can have a set of actions below. So let me start by showing the type of actions that we have in this case. So here I will talk about the advanced ones later on, but then we have voice assistant. So just to have an announcement, it was what you saw in the beginning of the video, that Xpeng Assistant just sent a message to me. And then we have a bunch of others that are door and window lock. So we have trunk, window switch, window ventilations, all door locks, child lock, window lock, etc. We have headlights control. So we have plenty of stuff that we can do on the headlights and all the lights in the car, ambient also. We have seats, so driver seating, passenger seating, reset, ventilation and heating. And we have then AC functionalities, also including heating and energy saving modes, etc. Also the rear defog, front defog, the side mirrors heating, steering wheel heating, etc. We have then driving modes, recovery, so X pedal, etc. We have a bunch of alerts that you can turn on and off. You have also functionalities related to display. You have voice and multimedia controls. You have device connections, vehicle control, trunk power, so the 12 volt that is there, and charging information, sentry mode, 360 camera, and sending notifications. So as you can see, there are a huge amount of possibilities inside of the actions. Going back to here to our combo, we said that we want that when the driver enters and fastens his seat belt, and we want then for instance, the Xpeng will announce something, and we'd say, hello, Hugo. Okay, oops, sorry. Hello, Hugo. Okay, then it will wait for 2 seconds, or let's put 5 seconds here. And then finally, it will, for instance, let's see, I don't know. Let's put seat heating on the driver at level 1. And also, for instance, on the AC features, I want AC on. And I want, for instance, again, temperature of the driver at 21. So this is a very simple one. Okay, so I have created something that when a driver enters, he fastened his seat belt, then the car will say hello to me. It will wait 5 seconds, and then we will turn on heating on the car. It will turn AC on at the temperature of 21. So this is just a very simple way to show you that you can then create several commands here, several actions that will be run sequential. Now let's talk a little bit about the advanced section of the actions. So this is when you want to go a little bit deeper on the creation of complex combos. So for instance, imagine this situation. If you want to, when a driver arrives to the car, fastens his seat belt, and the temperature inside the car is 15 or below, we want then AC to be turned on to set to 25 degrees and also the seat heating to turn on. Okay, this is fast and easy to do. You already saw how to do it. We just need to create the conditions and then execute 3 actions. But then imagine that you want that while you are driving, the car then reaches an interior temperature of 22, and you don't want then the seat heating to be still on. You don't want the temperature of the AC at 25. So you could also create another XCombo, so have 2 XCombos to then, when the car detects then and triggers the interior temperature at 25, it could disconnect everything. But then these 2 combos will work independently. So as they are independent, if you arrive to the car in the summer, will be activated based on this condition. So the interior of the car is 25 degrees. So the combo, what will do, it will deactivate the seat heating. It doesn't need to do that because it was not activated. Okay, so you understand why to have 2 combos working together, it's not the best practice. So what can we do? We can create 1 combo that will execute both the situations. So first, it will start analyzing the below temperature and activate AC, and then when it reaches the second level, it will turn off or execute other things. And we can do these, and then you can imagine how much things you can create inside of this. So let's start by creating these conditions. So let's first start by creating a condition when the driver enters the car. Also, the driver will fasten his seat belt, and also the temperature of the car, interior temperature, is 15 or below. So again, 3 conditions that all together need to be true so that the condition itself is true, and we will execute then the actions. So now what we are going to do is add an action, but now we are going to say that we want this to be run, these actions, until we reach a different set of triggers. So we are going to make this until now. First, we are going to create these actions, and the actions is going to be AC switch on. Also, we want another action that is AC temperature to 25 degrees. Okay, and also seat heating of the driver at level 2, for instance. So now what we are saying to the car is analyze the situation. If all these 3 conditions are true, then turn on the AC, put it on 25 and activate seat heating, okay, at level 2. But now we want to stop this. How to stop it? Very simple. When we find the interior temperature, okay, environment, interior temperature reached, for instance, 22, okay, then I want to run different actions. AC, I want to keep it on, okay? But now I will just say that AC temperature is set to 22. I want to keep the temperature. And then I just want also that the seat heating of the driver is off. So this combo now, what it makes, it's very simple. When a driver enters the car and fastens his seatbelt and the interior temperature is 15 or below, it will start immediately the AC on 25 degrees and heating on until the interior of the car reaches 22 or above. Of course, it will not be above, so 22. It will then set the temperature of the AC to 22 and will turn off the driver heating the seat. Okay, and this way we don't have the second combo activated individually. We will only have one that will only start when these initial conditions are existing. There is another advanced feature that is the if condition. Okay, so let's go again to the combos. Let's do a start, head condition. Let's do again this. Let's do exactly the same thing. So a driver enters and he also fastens his seatbelt. Okay, now what we want to define here is a if condition. So the if condition is if the a condition is true, then executes this. If the condition is false, then it will execute another thing. Let's do this, for instance. So let's add environment. So if the interior temperature is, for instance, 25 and above, we want then to run the seat ventilation at level 2. Okay? So when I enter in the car and the interior temperature is 25 or more, I want seat ventilation on. Okay? And for instance, imagine that, let's do this. So if I am a guy that it's 0 or 1, I'm a binary guy, so 0 and 1. So 22 and above, I want ventilation. If it is not 22 or above, this means 21 or below, I want seat heating on at level 2. So in this case, what I am telling the car is, when I enter in the car, I am a very complex man. If it is 22 or more, you turn ventilation. If it is 21 or below, you turn heating on the seat. There is also a basic situation that when you enter in the car, you can just define that AC will be turned on. Okay? So independently of this thing inside here, the if, you want AC on as soon as you enter in the car. Okay? Okay, guys, so I think we covered all the topics related to creation, editing, sharing, how to see the combos, how to add combos to your own combos, etc. So I think it was a very comprehensive video. The only thing that it's missing to say is some considerations and cautions that you should have while creating your combos. So there is one thing that I didn't mention when you are creating a combo, and I will show you guys now. Anytime that you edit or close a combo, then you go to next, and then you have the final section where you can give a name to the combo, where you can describe what the combo does, and I would suggest you to create descriptions on the combos that clearly state what the combo does, because as you know, these combos can be then shared, and it's good to have, it's a good practice to have everything described correctly so that any other user can use the combo and understands what the combo will do. And then there is this topic here that it's the method of inquiry. And this is one important thing that is related to security. So you can define this as a smart query or a do not query. What is this? If you set this to do not query, this means that you want the combo to be executed without any prompt. So it will be executed immediately as soon as you press run or the conditions are met. If you do smart query, it can happen to have a warning or not. And this is the car that will define depending on the conditions and actions that you are going to use. What this means is that if you are doing something related to alerts with driving things or anything that may relate to safety, sometimes if you leave this at smart query, what will happen when the conditions are met is that it will show a pop-up in the car just saying combo is being executed. This has a safety problem or a safety thing that could put in danger. Are you sure you want to execute it? And then you just say yes or no. So for instance, even this one, for instance, it's a D or R. What this does is it turns highlights, but it will disable the alert for the speed limit. And this is considered a safety measure. And even though I want to put that I do not want a query because I know that I am going to disable, Xpeng does not allow. So when you do this, it will say that driver status warning or intelligent speed limit warning sound. There may be risks when executing, need to ask before running. So in this case, Xpeng even doesn't allow us to put on do not query. So when you execute this, so it will immediately execute the combo, but it will say, in the first time, it will say, are you sure that you are going to execute this combo because it has some safety topics related? And you just say yes, and then it will execute the combo. Also, you can make the combo public. If you turn this on, you will then make your combo public. And this is very important. If you do this, please describe correctly your combo. Another thing that it's important to say is that as soon as you created your combo, you can add it. I already explained that. But for instance, imagine that you have this and you want just to change the order of the actions. You can do it easily, okay? You just need to press and hold, and then you can just slide the action to another place. The third one, and the most important one, be cautious when you are executing the combos. I would recommend that every time you create a new combo, an idea on your head, if you see that it will impact on anything related to safety, or anything that could impact your driving. So think on every consideration, think on every condition that the combo can be activated. And before using it fully, test your combo. Make sure that there is no other situation. If you are part of a community over the internet of Xpeng users, share your combo. Let other users look at the information and see if there is any mistake on your combo. Finally, a final remark from my side. I have created here a couple of quick XCOMBOs explaining how they work. These creations were never tested, okay? So I am not sure that if what I tested will work, okay? So this was just easy thinking on stuff just to show you what we can do. So again, using my own words, every combo that you start and create, please test first. I don't see anything here that could put you in danger, okay? But there are things that can create situations in your car that you will not understand, put yourself in a situation that is uncomfortable. As I said, turning off headlights, for instance, at night, and it's an X combo that it's pushing you turning off because you put a condition that it's when a passenger is seated over there and it's always putting off, and you don't know why the car is performing like that, and it's just because you created an X combo that it's doing exactly what you asked for. And finally, guys, we have reached the end of the video. I hope I got the chance to give you the information about XCOMBOS. I tried the most to give you as much information as possible. I know that this video will be a bit longer, but I will try to make timestamps so that you can go to the sections that you prefer and to see better, okay? And I would leave just a challenge for you guys. Just if you create your combos, just leave them in our comment section here below this video so that we can share, learn with each other, because it's the best way. Again, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your support. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Again, leave a comment, even if not an XCombo, just say something over there. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye.